What up, Laker Nation? Here with your boy Kareem. How you guys doing? Wow. I'm going to break down the behind the scenes, what happened, why Buddy Hield is not a Laker today, and what went down. Let me say something. The Sacramento Kings has one of the stupidest organizations there is in the league. They've been known for that for many years. The owner is one of the most annoying owners. Nobody don't rock with him. He thinks he's super duper smart. Divac did a horrible job. This new GM now is starting off with doing a horrible job over playing their hand. I'm gonna break down what happened with the Lakers in Sacramento, and it pissed Rob Pelinka off, and a lot of teams don't even like to deal with Sacramento. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. The first the Lakers offered, I ain't going to know exactly what they offered, but I'm just tell you what they offered. They offered Montrez, Kuzma, Sacramento said no. Montrez, KCP, Sacramento said no. Montrez and, Kuzma and KCP, Sacramento said, get them a little time, that might can work. We might could do something. Let me go back and whatever the case may be. Then they came and said they want Kuzma, KCP, and our 22nd pick. The Lakers said no. So when you see the report saying that Sacramento was stalling and waiting, Sacramento was deciding to see if they was going to take that deal with KCP, Kuzma, and the 22nd pick. That was never the case. The Lakers walked away. The minute they said 22nd pick, the Lakers, that's a strong offer when the Lakers offered Kuzma and KCP. And the Lakers wanted to do a second-round pick. The Lakers was not willing to do a first-round pick, the 22nd pick with that. So the Lakers walked away from that deal and never looked back. Sacramento tried to get back in talks with the Lakers. The Lakers, that was it. Once the Lakers turned it down, they focused on Russ and other deals they was probably had on the tables or was looking at. They did not want to deal with the Sacramento Kings after that again. Sacramento Kings overplayed their hand. You got this new general manager, don't know anything about basketball. You makes a deal like that. Kuzma, you getting two young players for a player that don't get along with the coach. Him and the organization, y'all both soured on each other. Y'all both don't, not really feeling each other. And it's not easy to make moves, especially when you got a guy already making $20-something million. That's for one. Like I said, both guys is his age or maybe a little younger. I think him and KCP and Buddy Hield the same age. And Kuzma and KCP, Kuzma is younger than Buddy Hield. So you getting both of those and a player who's very similar, do the exact same thing to Buddy Hield do. Buddy Hield, yes, maybe a little more offensive, a little versatility, but you get Kuzma, you add in depth. And like I said, the Lakers would have given him a second-round pick. You said no, played your hand, and tried to get back in the deal. The Lakers ain't looked back. You played your hand. Now let's talk about the Ben Simmons deal. This will piss Philadelphia team off. This back in July. They called Philadelphia and said they want to talk business. They want to talk Ben Simmons. Philadelphia agreed to be in a conversation with them and try a type of trade talk. Sacramento said, you can have anyone on our roster except De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton. Daryl Morey was disgusted and walked away from the negotiation. That negotiation didn't even go nowhere. Sacramento tried to throw in, they tried to start the trade package with Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley. You cannot do that when you to a guy like Daryl Morey. You's a rookie general manager. Daryl Morey's experience done made the most trades since he been in office. From the time he been a general manager, he made more trades than anybody. This guy here know what he's doing. You have to show some respect to him. You cannot go into negotiations like that. When you about to acquire an all-star level player, especially a guy who's is a guy who has 4 years left on his deal. He has 4 years left on his deal. It's not like you got him by the balls where he's saying, I only want to play with Sacramento, and let's say this the trade deadline is 3 months left in the season, and he said, I'm only want to play with Sacramento, I'm going to sign with them in the summer. That's different. See, this is what I'm saying. The management think they're smart, but they're not. You have to know when to negotiate, and when you go sit down, you have to show a team you're serious. Because you got 28, 29 other teams, 28 outside of you two teams that's negotiating, that team can deal with. You got to be smart. How are you going to go into negotiation and say that, and this man has 4 years left on the deal? It's not like I said, if he was going to be a free agent in 3 to 4 months and he's saying, I only want to go to Sacramento, then it's like, okay, Philly may be like, man, I want to get something for him. That's not the case. It's not. Teams is not stupid. And like I said, he's not going to be a free agent. You don't have no leverage in this situation to sit there and come in negotiation, talk about some Buddy Hield and some Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley underachieved. I think he's a good player, but at the end of the day, he underachieved. He stayed hurt. He don't have really no trade value right now. The Kings want to move off of him. Buddy Hield ain't no real impact player. And you think you're going to get a guy who could be a face of a franchise, 6'9", super duper speed, athletic, can rebound. He can do everything. But the outside shooting, I don't know what happened. But I'm not going to let what happened in the last 4 games blind me from overall how I think of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a guy, and this is how stupid Sacramento is. Now, what's going to happen is, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to end up blowing it, and they're going to trade Ben somewhere else. And let's say this happened. I can see the scenario happening. Let's say Tyrese Halliburton, I'd hate to even say this. Let's just say I ain't going to say injuries. Let's just say he don't get too much better. He averaged like 13 points this year. Let's say he averaged about 15 points. Let's say if he averaged about 15 points, right? And Buddy Hield is his regular Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, his regular Marvin Bagley. And Sacramento do not make the playoffs again. And now, let's say, De'Aaron Fox start complaining. Now, he's saying he want out. Now you dealing with now you in the same situation in Philadelphia, and now he wants to get out because he tired of losing and didn't win, and he wants to get moved. Things like that happens fast. It happens fast. You cannot overplay your hand. You know, if you're going to be serious, be serious. You had a rookie that was solid. He had a solid year. I don't know if he's going to be no all-star. You already know what you're getting in Ben. You could say, okay, I think Halliburton going to have a good year, but look at Tyreke Evans. He played for Sacramento. He looked like the shit his rookie year and never been the same after his rookie year. Well, young guys, you just don't know. The goal is for them to keep getting better each year in the NBA, but it's not guaranteed. You especially if superstar don't jump at you with that rookie. If superstar don't jump at you with that rookie, and he just a guy that had a sneaky good year, you can't say that. A guy like Zion who have superstar potential, then you could say, oh, you could pretty much kind of know what you're getting. Same like John Morant. But a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, you could get a guy like Ben Simmons. And let's say, if I'm Sacramento, I'll be like, yo, Philly, this is what we do. I'll give you Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, and a first-round pick for Ben and Shake Milton. Now, look what Sacramento looking like now. Now you can have De'Aaron Fox and Shake Milton in the backcourt. You can have Harrison Barnes at the 3. Ben Simmons at the 4 and Rashard Holmes at the 5. And then backing up Rashard Holmes, they got Tristan Thompson. They got Mo Harkless that can come off the bench. They have Davion Mitchell. Like now you putting together something. You got a veteran and Tristan Thompson. He'll keep the balls alive. Now you have a tremendous backup center. You got offense, a face of the franchise, a guy that been making All-Star every year in Ben Simmons. Now you work on something. You got your team gonna be tremendously better in defense. See, when people get twisted, sometimes they say, "Oh, that's a lot," but 3 players, but these guys not impact. It's drama around Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield with the Sacramento Kings. It's so much drama around them 2 guys alone. So if you could get rid of them, so they really lost will be, I ain't gonna want to say if it lost because you're getting Ben Simmons, is Halliburton. You getting rid of 2 of your problem childs and Halliburton, and maybe you can't look at, oh, they may blossom somewhere else. Their trade value is not all that, and then you guys overvalue a lot of your players. Now, if Philly don't want that, at least Philly will sit down at a table and y'all can have a conversation. I don't think Philly talked to Sacramento since. Now, I can easily see what happened if Minnesota may jump in, and now they may end up getting Ben, or Golden State may jump back in on maybe a 3-team trade, and now you blew it. Now, it could backfire. People don't realize some things, it be steps. Sometimes people look at the things what happen now, but this could be something that's the start of it. Sacramento Kings, I don't know if Philly will take that deal, but that deal looks a little better. Like you coming with something. Okay, now Philadelphia could look at it. Okay, I got getting a young player that's 6'5". He could play the 1 or the 2. Okay, the fans, I think the fans would be cool with that. Buddy Hield, he a good outside shooter. Marvin Bagley, he a former number 2 pick. Hopefully he could pan out. He could come off our bench at the backup 4 position. He could play some 4 or 5. And we getting the 1st round pick. Now you get Philadelphia thinking like and feel how we could present this to our fan base. You can't come with no Buddy Hield and a Marvin Bagley and think you're gonna have your top players that you didn't have to give up none of your top players. In any trade, you got to. When Dame got available and they talked the Lakers with Dame, this before the Lakers got Westbrook. When they said the Lakers getting Dame, the first thing they said, well, they got to give up AD. Oh, the Clippers with Dame. Well, they got to give up Paul George. You're not getting no second. I mean, no team taking no 3rd best player on their team for an All-Star. It's just not happening. Like I said, unless you have a team by the balls and you got them down straight. And look, AD, let me tell you about AD. AD said he ain't going to Boston. He said all that. I'm going to sign with the Lakers anyway. He said all that, and still look what the Lakers gave up. LeBron was their best player. They gave up everything after LeBron. They gave up Josh Hart. They gave up Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and the 4th pick of the draft, and not counting the other picks they gave up. And he had 1 year left on his deal. Ben Simmons has 4 years. Sacramento, you don't have no leverage to be even negotiating like that. So that's the breakdown, and that's the problem what happened with the Lakers, and this was going on with Sacramento. I think what's going to happen, if they don't get Ben Simmons, the playoffs going to be tough in that Western Conference. But Ben Simmons, he will make that much an impact. They'll make some noise with Ben Simmons with the lineup I said to you guys. If they don't make it and De'Aaron Fox start complaining about getting moved, he won't want to get moved if you got Ben Simmons. Now you got him and Ben Simmons. I bet he look at Ben Simmons different than he look at some Buddy Hield. I know for a fact, we all know that. I'm not telling you guys nothing. We know that. He looks at him different. So if you got Ben Simmons walking in the building, you got a guy say, okay, this is a 3-time All-Star right here. A former number 1 pick. A runner-up for the Defensive Player of the Year. That holds a lot of weight coming to your franchise. the buzz that Sacramento will have. Stop trying to play yourself. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Peace.